Can you solve all these Class 10 Economics Chapter 4 Globalization and the Indian Economy questions? SES stands for
Right choice. Special Economic Zone is best.
MINC stands for You got it? Multinational Corporation fits. LUTA stands for On track. World Trade Organization is correct.
Minks do not increase. Smart pick. None of the above is correct.
SES are related from
Excellent. Export promotion is well reasoned.
What is full form of SES?
Clear logic. Special Economic Zone is sound.
Globalization was stimulated by
Right again. Transportation is valid.
Fisheries is an example of dash.
Smart move. Primary industry is accurate answer.
Liberalization does not include Correct. Introducing quota system is spot on.
A law firm is an example of dash. Valid point. Tertiary industry is true.
Investment made by MEMEX is called
Sharp thinking. Foreign investment is right. Investment means spending on dash. Well done. All of the above is right.
Foreign trade connects the markets.
Good thinking in different countries is right.
Heavy tax on imports is an example of
Nice selection. Trade barriers is correct.
Investments made by MEMEX are termed as Bravo. Foreign investment is the answer. A furniture factory is an example of dash.
Correct response. Secondary industry is accurate.
What does globalization primarily involve?
Exactly. Integration of economies makes sense.
Where do MEMEX choose to set up production?
Perfect. Cheap labor resources is the one.
Cotton cultivation falls under dash sector.
Good job. Primary works well.
Fair globalization in U2 is a fight against.
Solid response. Domination of developed countries is valid.
Small-scale industries face competition from
Nice work. Cheap imports fits perfectly.
Ford Motors set up its first plant in India at
Well reasoned. Chennai is correct.
Globalization by connecting countries leads to Great job. Greater competition among producers is accurate. Globalization so far has been more in favor of
You chose developed countries. Correct.
True or false globalization is created by trade.
Excellent choice. True is right.
Globalization has led to a dash of variety of goods.
Strong choice. Wider is right.
Increased job opportunities is an impact of dash.
You're right. Globalization is correct.
What is the aim of World Trade Organization?
Nicely done. To liberalize international trade is solid.
Selling of goods to any other country is called dash.
Well picked. Export is correct.
What is a potential future benefit of globalization? Great thinking. Improved production efficiency is right.
Which of the following is an example of trade barrier?
Exactly. All of the above makes sense. Globalization has led to higher standards of living of.
Solid response. Well-off consumers is valid.
Which of the following is a barrier on foreign trade?
Strong choice. Tax on import is right.
And Mensi is a company that owns or controls production in.
Great thinking. More than one country is right.
Process of integration of different countries is called.
Bravo.
Globalization is the answer.
Entry of mechs in a domestic market may prove harmful for. Well reasoned. All small-scale producers is correct.
Increase in YIMP is a positive impact of liberalization.
Smart move. True is accurate answer.
Special economic zones are being set up to attract.
Excellent choice. Foreign investment is right.
What has been a negative impact of globalization in India?
Right again. Widening income inequalities is valid.
What was the main channel connecting countries in the past?
You got it? Trade fits.
Which country has affected the toy industry in India adversely?
Well done. China is right.
Production of services across countries has been facilitated by.
Valid point. Information and communication technology is true.
Infosys and Tata Motors are examples of Indian.
Good job. Multinational corporations works well.
Rapid integration or interconnection between countries is known as.
Great job. Globalization is accurate.
What is a common reason for Minks to invest in developing countries?
Excellent. Access to skilled labor is well reasoned.
In which year Indian government announced new economic policy?
Nice selection. 1991 is correct.
Cargill Foods and Mensi has bought over which indigenous Indian company?
Nicely done. Foods pairs is solid.
Why did the Indian government initially impose barriers to foreign trade?
You chose to protect domestic producers. Correct.
Menks bring with them the latest technology and investment for production.
Good thinking. True is right.
Cargill Foods is the largest producer of which of the following in India?
Correct response. Edible oil is accurate.
Each benefits enjoyed by a local company in a joint production with a minx.
Clear logic. All of these is sound.
Which Indian company was bought over by Cargill Foods, a large American mink?
Sharp thinking. Parak Foods is right.
Which of the following industries have been hard hit by foreign competition?
Correct. Dairy products is spot on.
A company that owns or controls production in more than one nation is called.
Right choice. Multinational corporation is best.
Large companies that have their presence in more than one country are called dash.
On track. Multinational corporations is correct.
Which one of the following Indian industries has been hit hard by globalization?
Well picked. Toy is correct. A commodity, article or service brought in from abroad for sale
is known as dash.
Smart pick. Import is correct.
Removing barriers or restrictions set by the government is what is known as dash.
Nice work. Liberalization fits perfectly.
When did the government remove the barriers for investment and investment in India?
Perfect. 1991.
A Daesh is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation country.
You're right. Mensi is correct.
Which organization supports liberalization of foreign trade and investments in India?
Nice work. World Trade Organization fits perfectly.
In developed countries like the USA and Australia, which sector do most people work in?
Exactly. Tertiary sector makes sense.
This helps to create an opportunity for the producers to reach beyond the domestic market.
Correct. Foreign trade is spot on. The industrial zones, which are set up to attract the foreign investment, are known as dash.
Valid point. Special economic zone is true.
Deregulation of industries is a feature of economic reforms introduced in 1991 in India. Bravo. True is the answer.
Removing barriers or restrictions from foreign trade is called privatization of foreign trade.
Perfect. False is the one.
Says may prove harmful to the farmers whose lands have been acquired and to the small producers.
Right again. True is valid.
Globalization has largely favored the rich, highly educated and skilled persons of the society.
Sharp thinking. True is right. Dash technology has played a major role in spreading out production of services across countries. Clear logic. Information and communication is sound.
Ford Motors entered the Indian automobile business in collaboration with which Indian manufacturer?
You got it. Mahindra and Mahindra fits.
In which year did the government decide to remove barriers on foreign trade and investment in India?
1991 is correct.
Indian government felt the need for removing barriers on foreign trade and foreign investment in dash. Has.
Excellent. 1991 is well reasoned.
Money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines and other equipments is called dash.
Great thinking. Investment is right.
Kajal is the largest producer of edible oil in India with a capacity to make dashed million pouches daily.
Well done. 5 is right.
Dash refers to exchange of goods, i.e., purchase and sale, across geographical boundaries of the countries.
You chose foreign trade.
Correct.
When goods travel from one market to another, the prices of similar goods in the two markets tend to become.
Excellent choice. Equal is right. In 1991, Government of India adopted new economic policy and removed barriers on foreign trade and investment.
Good thinking. True is right. Indian government put barrier to foreign trade and investment after independence to save domestic producers.
Smart pick. True is correct.
World Trade Organization was started at the initiative of which one of the following group of countries?
Nicely done. Developed countries is solid.
Which of the following organizations lays stress on the liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment? Oh, great job. World Trade Organization is accurate. It refers to the globalization which creates opportunities for all and ensures that its benefits are better shared. Well reasoned. World Trade Organization is correct.
The impact of globalization has not been fair. Who among the following people have not benefited from globalization?
Good job. Small producers and workers works well. Which Indian company was bought over by Cargill Foods, a large American mink? Pick out the name from the alternatives provided.
Smart move. Pairs of FUDs is accurate answer.
Companies who set up production units in the special economic zones do not have to pay taxes for an initial period of.
Right choice. 5 years is best.
Which sector is represented in the picture?
You're right. Unorganized sector is correct. The process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries through free trade, free mobility of capital, and labor is called.
Solid response. Globalization is valid.
Menks bring advanced technologies and modern managerial skills and thus help in technological upgradation of the companies of developing countries.
Well picked. True is correct.
Dash has been the main channel for connecting countries.
Correct response. Foreign trade is accurate.
Which mink is the largest producer of edible oil in India?
Nice selection. Cargill is correct.
Investments made by Menfis in different countries is called.
Strong choice. Foreign investments is right.
Ford Motors wanted to collaborate with which Indian company?
Good job. Mahindra and Mahindra works well. Chinese are exporting electrical goods and other consumer goods in the Indian market in a big way. It is posing problems for India and Indian manufacturer. Great thinking. True is right.
Which country has affected the toy industry in India adversely?
You chose China? Correct.
Cargill Foods, an American mink, brought up which Indian local company?
Nice work. Pairs of FUDs fits perfectly.
A large company that owns or controls production in more than one nation is called.
Clear logic. Multinational corporation is sound. Dash refers to all those different economic reforms or policy measures and changes which aim at increasing the productivity and efficiency by creating an environment of competition in the economy. Right again. New economic policy is valid.
When goods travel from one market to another, the prices of similar goods in the two markets tend to become.
Well reasoned. Equal is correct.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Smart move. Contact Narayan Changda on Facebook is accurate answer.